Alright, hello folks, this is Black Weasel and today's Bleach 655. Alright, so I'm on a roll in terms of recording. Now we'll pick up where we left off, saying whereas the man who got sliced up by two folks from the Gote 13. From the last chapter, he says that the man's standing. Well, the guy sitting down after being sliced a couple of times, saying that it was a miracle to think that he would be defeated. So now, the first page begins with the man says, "Don't you know the circumstances that are required for these things we call miracles to occur?" He says, "If miracles simply occur out of the ordinary and mundane, people will never recognize them as miracles." He also says, what amazing stroke of luck. The strangest things do happen sometimes, don't they? That's the kind of reaction you want from them. And on the side, I get a message saying that on the verge of defeat, a strange, unbending smile begins to rise. And the man with the headband says, "You always talk out of your ass like this?" Alright. The man lying down says, "I am impressed, though, as expected of the Gote 13's captain level soldiers, to be able to wound me to this extent." We get a shot of his comrade looking, and the man sitting says, "Shall I show you what a miracle is? Watch as it occurs here. In the face of dire odds, that is the very definition of a miracle." And we get a shot of some type of water or blast rising up. And apparently the captain of Gote 13 says it was his doing, as his comrade says, "Captain." And the captain says, "Finish him." And the guy with the headband apparently tries to launch some sort of attack. And he falls down to the ground, well, somebody does. Now we get the scene changes, whereas one girl says, "Do we really need to go this far?" He looked at he had died out on his own. And I know who this is. This is Azine. Azine said, "Don't be so naive." He was clearly still hiding some trump card up his sleeve. Besides the way that he was talking, he's the type of guy that as soon as he figured out the extent of our abilities, we would have been able to turn this entire situation around with a single attack. And also Agent says that if we didn't go at least this far killing him, there's no telling what he would have been capable of. Ain't that right, Captain Kiwichiki? That's the name of the guy. And we get a shot of a guy falling down, and the girl is surprised. There's blood coming out of the guy's heel. And the Captain Kiwichiki says, "Let's go." And Agent says, "Any job worth doing is worth doing right. Twice for good measure, eh?" And he makes a goofy face, like he has a goofy face being drawn. And more blood comes out of the guy's heels. And a big ass foot comes up as the guy is looking away, and the guy with a headband detects something. And the girl is surprised, as if it's aiming for her. And a big ass foot stomps, and one of the guys yells out, "What the hell is this? Call me crazy, call me crazy, call me crazy, but I think it's a foot." And a big ass giant piles up out of nowhere, rises up, and a huge barbarian rises up. So that is counterattack. And the guy with the headband yells out, "What the fuck is going on here?" And the man who transformed into a giant says, "You shall address me as Gerard Valkyrie." Well, isn't Valkyria isn't that a female name for a barbarian? Oh man. Anyways, Gerald says my strength is M. America Gerald. My power is to turn the damage I take and convert it into what you see standing before me. This God size. And the guy with the headband says, I'll say this just once more. You left quite the impression on me to think that go to the 13th captain level fighters were capable of this much. To inflict this level of damage on my body. Well, no, that's what Gerald says. Gerald also said, using my conversion, this is the first time I ever able to become this gigantic. And he picks up like a builded tower and launches it at the guys. Like a pointy tower. Oh, God. I need a drink. God. And the four fools get attacked by a tower. And the girl managed to dodge. It looks like she's about to fall even further. God. Meanwhile, she lunges out to grab Asian's hand. Meanwhile, a big ass hand is about to grab Asian. And Gerald smashes him. That's not. No, the girl's name is Hina Mori, and the other guy, and Rukia says Captain Hiraku. Meanwhile, Kyuchiki launches his attack against the big ass hand, and the god-sized giant retracts his hand like that, and he comes back and smashes a part of the building with a shield. And the band wearing guy and yells at Captain, and Rukia says Ni-saman. And Gerald says pandas are really silly looking animals, and he has a big ass breath of air and launches it at the building. And the god-like giant yells up, oh, ha 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 ha, powerless, utterly powerless, wallowing in the terror of your own helplessness. But do not bother lamenting it, because no matter how much you might lament or pray, no miracle will be coming for you. And the giant defeats three of the guys, effortlessly. And that's the end of that.